Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Life with Jordan. On today's episode, we are going to be talking about toxic positivity and ways that we can recognize that we are in a season of toxic positivity, what we can do to help that, the difference of growth mindset and toxic positivity. Toxic positivity, what is it, and how do you recognize that you are participating in it? Toxic positivity is when you start to recognize negative emotions, but instead of dealing with the trigger, dealing with the negative emotion, you shove it down and you're telling yourself that you're okay, you will get through this, when you really don't have any action in plan, action steps, or you really don't think that you're going to be okay, and you're not dealing with the emotion at hand, you're just shoving it down. So what's the difference between growth mindset and toxic positivity? So growth mindset is looking at the trigger, looking at the negative emotion, and seeing where you can fix things in order to make you a better person, in order to not allow it to affect you in the future, in order for it to not bother you in the same way that it might in that very moment. You're looking at what the awareness is to the problem in the situation and seeing how you can make yourself a bigger and better person. With toxic positivity, you're essentially shoving your negative emotions down and burying them deep inside you as a learned behavior, because that's what our parents and generations before them did. And we're essentially just not dealing with whatever is bothering us, and we're giving ourselves the idea that everything's fine, that we got this, even though we have no actionable plan to change things and making sure that it's not going to happen in the future to us as well. Positivity actually has two different sides to it: the internal emotions that we have and the emotions that we share and blast on towards other people, aka the feelings and the emotions that we project onto other people. This actually comes from Tabitha Kirkland from the University of Washington, who is actually a psychologist. And she is the one who documented the different types of positivity that have the two connections. When we dig into our spiritual work and do our healing, we will either choose to dive deep into it and go head on and heal whatever it is that we need to heal, and we'll have a growth mindset, aka we'll be using it to help us become a better person and using it to our advantage. But sometimes we can actually be very toxic positive to ourselves because we're actually ignoring our feelings that come up when we dive deep into it, because we can pick and choose at choice which emotions we're willing to feel and what ones we're willing to deal with at that particular time. How to recognize when you're in a season of toxic positivity and know when it is starting to get to you. Number one, you're going to want to know that when you are not okay, when you are feeling those things, you want to know that it's okay to not be okay. And you want your followers and your community to also be aware that you are not okay. So it's perfectly fine to post content that is very upfront and open with your community and followers. But at the same time, we have to be aware of what we're posting and that it can be triggering to others as well. So use your judgment when you are posting these things on social media. Make sure that you are aware that it's okay to not be okay. Don't be too hard on yourself when you are feeling these emotions. You are recognizing that you are feeling not okay. Be kind to yourself. Take a step back when you're feeling overwhelmed and write down exactly the feelings that you're feeling. Write down what it does for you, how you were triggered, why you were triggered, and write down ways that you can help yourself moving forward so that you're not triggered in the long term from this, and you can take a step back the next time you notice that this is happening. If you are on social media and you feel yourself being overwhelmed because of all the toxic positivity or the negativity that is on your social media platforms, just recognize that it is okay that you can block or unfollow things that don't give you joy anymore. If something doesn't make you smile on the social media platform that you choose to use, who says that you can't block that person? Who says that you can't block that account? And who says that they're going to be judging you for it? Chances are they're not even going to recognize, especially if they're a big account. But what's important is that you're keeping your mind, your heart, and your wellness stable in order to move forward and use safe content and safe social media usage. We've all heard the term before in our past. When we weren't feeling well, we heard, oh, you'll be fine. It will be better soon. You can go to school. You can manage this. You got this. Or we've all heard, oh, it could be worse. Someone else out there has it way worse than you do right now. Or you've heard oh, it's not that much pain. It's just a headache. You got this. You can handle this. Or, why are you so sad? You don't need to have that much sadness. My emotions are more important right now. Deal with me. Watch me. Shove your emotions down so you can handle your situation later and I can handle mine now. Chances are that last one wasn't more verbal, but it was just in the reactionary cause of what some of us had to grow up with as children in this day and age. And yes, that can be known as gaslighting. And gaslighting is also a version of toxic positivity. They're limited beliefs that we learn from generations before us. And if we don't start to heal and dive into these lessons now, then generations under us are going to be stuck healing from our repeated mistakes that our generational family members have made before us. It can be uncomfortable to feel these feelings that maybe we shoved down so many times before. But it is so gratifying and so very much worth it to be able to stand up for yourself and stick up for yourself in times of need and recognizing when you're triggered, when you have been going through these feelings of toxic positivity, and then it's okay to be upfront and open about it. You don't have to shove everything down anymore. Sure, you're feeling overwhelmed, and no, it's not okay for you to feel overwhelmed. You need to work on that and heal that. And that's what we need to start figuring out, how to fix that trigger and how to fix that overwhelm and how to fix that emotional overwhelming response, reactionary response that we get, because that's what we saw growing up and we don't know how to fix that. And if you see yourself dealing with this because of what's all over social media, take a break from it for a while. No one says you have to be on there consistently if it's damaging to your health. So people, when you hear the terms high vibes only or no bad vibrations, only positivity, that kind of thing, that is toxic positivity. You're okay to feel what you feel. And don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. You are you, and you know what emotions are coming up for you. And you have the right to have bad days. You have the right to feel emotions, and you have the right to heal. How are we expected to heal from trauma if we cannot have low vibes? And who's to say what your high vibrations are compared to other people's high vibrations? Some people may just have different high vibrations, and that's okay. And especially if we are in a mental health instability, if we have any sort of condition that enables us to have low vibe days, do what's best for you. Do what gives you that energy boost. And there's no right or wrong. And like I said, don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. You have to do what is best for your mental health. And if it's a low vibe day, if it's a low energy day, so be it. Allow yourself to feel that, sit in that, and work on it so that you can come out of it stronger in the long run and heal from it so that it doesn't continue to come back. Because if you do not let yourself learn that lesson, it will continue the loop. The loop will continue and continue and continue until you finally learn it. So you're going to eventually have to sit in that lesson eventually, those feelings eventually, and self-gaslighting and toxic positivity just is not going to help you get anywhere from that. If you feel like you need help at this time, reach out to a friend who is willing listening ear, Or if you don't have anybody that you feel like you can safely and comfortably reach out to, I'm going to be listing a hotline number attached to this video here and in the caption as well, so you have easy access to reaching out to someone in your time of need. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button for videos every single Wednesday and Sunday for videos on wellness and spirituality on Wellness Wednesday and Self-Care Sunday. And we also dive into the world of spirituality, wellness, mindset, and different ways that you can help and manage your health. And I actually have a really fun project that's happening right now where I'm designing different products that can help you in your spiritual journey. This contains journals, mugs, t-shirts, and sweatshirt, and it will be launched on the full moon in November. I think that's either November the 8th or November the 9th. I will put that in the caption below. And if you'd be interested in seeing emails come through about the kinds of deals that we're going to be having on launch day for you, I will put my email list in the caption below as well, so you can sign up for that. We will be having special deals, and all the sweaters and t-shirts and clothing apparel will all be free shipping for that day and always as well. I hope you have a beautiful day, everybody, and please enjoy the video.